As we get older, we start to notice our parents could use a little help. Help with grocery shopping, getting to appointments, and just keeping up with things around the house. For the times when we can't be there, Care.com makes it easy to find senior caregivers who live nearby and know just how to help. And since all caregivers at Care.com are background checked, you can be confident that your mom or dad is getting support from someone you can trust. Find senior caregivers for your parents at Care.com.
This just in. Reportedly, pigs can fly. We're going live to... Can't take another crazy headline? Well, here's something you can appreciate. The MyGM Rewards card gives you best-in-class rewards with 4 points for every dollar spent everywhere and 7 total points earned per dollar spent with GM, bringing you one step closer to a new GM ride. That's the power of appreciation. From us to you. Subject to credit approval, terms and limitations apply. Visit mygmrewardscard.com.
You are listening to an entertainment program put together by a company called Financial Ineptitude. Anything said on this show is not an endorsement or professional advice. Would you really want to tell a court of law you were suing us because you thought taking financial advice from two idiots on a podcast put out by Financial Ineptitude was a good idea? Really? Clown hat smiley face.
Hello and welcome to the China Shop.
No.
Nope. Hello and welcome to the China Shop. Get inside. Welcome on, welcome all. I'm Shopkeeper Dan. With me, as always, is Kyle. You can't do that. Creator of financialineptitude.com. Kyle, how you doing tonight?
Better now. Things are as they should be.
Better now that I'm not trying to open the show like the Crypt Keeper.
Oh, is that what you were doing?
No, I didn't.
I thought you were doing your Arnold Schwarzenegger impression.
Welcome to the China Shop.
Please don't alienate our Austrian listeners.
Apologies. You know,
apologies, Arnold.
Apologies, Arnold. he has the Austrian equivalent of the backwoods yokel accent, by the way.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. If there are Austrian listeners, I'm sure they'll write in and back me up.
The more you know.
The more you know, here in the China Shop. Welcome to a news episode. Kyle.
Right.
Let's listen to some songs, some music.
Okay.
We'll just skip the two fools trading information.
What?
Two fools trading information.
I'm inclined to agree.
Two fools trading information.
That is accurate. Very accurate. What information? True. What?
Oh, Kyle. Well, what should we? I think you've got a really big story to lead off with here.
I don't want to lead off with that one, though. I want to save that.
Okay. All right. Well,
the UAE is they're pushing to produce 5 million barrels per day of crude oil, and this is 5 years earlier than they're previously disclosed.
Oh.
Yes. So the state-run producer ADNOC wants to produce 5 million barrels by 2025, which they were targeting 2030. And then they're also saying that if they are successful with that goal, they could be targeting 6 million by 2030.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So remember how we had enough oil for a while? OPEC's trying to solve the problem. And it makes sense on OPEC's part. I mean, if you've got a product that has limited lifespan, because it's only a matter of time before the world goes green.
Yeah.
Like, you might want to just tap as much of that as you can and get it sold.
Yeah, that's a big question of what are they going to do? What are oil-producing countries going to do?
I mean, I don't know if there's a substitute for plastics yet. I think that's like the main thing that would keep us still using it.
Okay, yeah.
But
yeah.
Hang on, let me see. Is there any oil-free plastic?
They've got plastic made from plant matter. It's just not quite...
Right, they use ethylene. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It probably costs more.
It does for the moment. But I wonder what the ratio of how much petroleum is pumped goes to fuel and how much goes to plastics.
Do you want me to ask Google? I can ask the world's collective knowledge that's on the internet right now at our fingertips.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, what is it?
It's only 8 to 10%, actually. I thought it would have been higher.
8 to 10% goes to plastic?
Yeah, the total oil supply.
Oh, okay. So if you figure every oil producing nation in OPEC is only going to be selling 10% of what they're selling now, we're going to have some crashed economies.
We're going to have some really cheap gas.
Yeah.
And nowhere to use it.
Right.
I didn't see what crude did today, but this seems like might be some sort of catalyst to keep those prices in check.
Mm-hmm.
Crude has just been kind of slowly bouncing downward, hanging at about 85. So, I mean, there's a bit of a spike downward this morning. Maybe that was off of that news, but it bounced off 81 pretty easily.
Yeah, I remember back in March it was well over 100.
Oh yeah, peaked 130.
130. Okay.
Yeah,
and that led to the $5 a gallon at the pump everywhere.
So if we're at 130, we're now at 85. How much cheaper should gas be right now?
Yeah, that's how it works. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know. I wish, right? Anyway. Yeah, more oil coming. Yay. Hey, all you oil bugs.
Yep. Okay. Well, what else is getting disrupted by international events?
No.
Nvidia.
Oh yeah, I guess we've talked about that a bit. They've asked Taiwan Semiconductors to rush their GPU orders because the U.S.-China sanctions are about to hit. Hey, what? So when we say, hey, this is a national security issue, you can't sell this to China starting next month.
Yeah.
Like, that's really how we do business here?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think these orders were already in place, and they want them delivered before the sanctions on the high-end AI chips hit. The government is allowing for a grace transition period to give U.S. tech firms time to adjust. I
mean, I get it from the tech perspective or the company's perspective. Like, it sucked to have a bunch of orders just get wiped out because the government says no.
Yeah.
But if it's really that big a deal, why does it have a grace period?
Why allow it?
Yeah.
Why have a grace period?
Because it's either not that important,
or it's really important, and we should not have a grace period, right?
Yes.
Hey, like, we still sell cigarettes, even though nicotine has no use and it's only shown to be harmful.
I mean,
why? Because the people who sell nicotine make a lot of money. Nvidia, these semiconductor chips, they make a lot of money, and giving them too much pain, going to piss off the wrong people.
It's not the elixir of life, and they're still allowed to sell that to China too.
Well, guess what? The Chinese companies are still allowed to buy these chips until March of 2023.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and there's a second set of chips that they'll be allowed to buy until September next year. So, yeah, it's clearly a big hurry.
This sounds like a publicity stunt more than anything else then.
Yeah, and NVIDIA's asking them to speed it up and get it done in 2 to 3 months instead of 5 to 6.
That way they can be compliant sooner.
Yeah, well, that way they can sell through this batch before they're not allowed to sell anymore to China.
Right.
Which is funny because it's Taiwan Semiconductor making them, packaging them, sending them to NVIDIA, who puts together the GPU to sell it back to China. God damn it! What has happened?
Economics is hard.
You're not allowed to sell those high-end chips you had made in Taiwan. You can't sell those to China. National security.
Jesus. Okay, fine. You can sell a few of them. Until next year.
For the next year, but then you're done. You're really done. This comes alongside the Ethereum merge, where they're not using GPUs anymore to mine Ethereum, and EVGA has pulled out from the AIB market, whatever AIB stands for.
Why don't you just make it up?
Yes, Activities Interest Board, Artificial Intelligence Board.
Sure. I don't think that's right, but okay. I'll play along.
Actually, it's an add-in board.
Oh, well, that's bullshit.
That's bullshit. Yeah, so I guess EVGA isn't working with NVIDIA anymore.
Right.
I've seen a bunch of memes about that. Yeah, so that's happening. What other stories you got, Kyle?
Who cares about that, Dan? Who gives a rat's ass about that story?
Nobody.
Because the real story... I thought this was fake until I saw Unusual Whales tweet it, and then I found it on a Fox 24 news page. The Beyond Meat COO was arrested for biting a man's nose near the Razorback Stadium. This was on the 17th.
What? The chief operating officer of Beyond Meat took a bite out of some dude.
Apparently, he did rip some flesh off of the nose.
Oh, wow.
Do you want the story here first? Do you want the whole story? Because it looks like it was a road rage incident. Witnesses basically said that Ramsey was in the traffic lane of this structure trying to leave. It looks like it was a Razorbacks game over there in Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
He was trying to leave when a Subaru inched its way in front of his Bronco, making contact with the front passenger side tire. At that point, Ramsey got out of his vehicle and allegedly punched through the back windshield of the Subaru.
Whoa.
The owner of the Subaru then got out, and he stated that Ramsey, quote, pulled him in close and started punching his body. According to the report, Ramsey also, quote, bit the owner's nose, ripping the flesh on the tip of the nose.
Wow.
Victims and other witnesses also reported hearing him threaten to kill the owner of the Subaru.
Wow, because he hit his tire?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if you ever tried to get out of like a big event.
Yeah, it's pandemonium.
Tempers are high, and more than likely, he was probably not in the right state of mind.
He had some drinks and his team lost. Guaranteed.
I don't know. Did Arkansas lose?
Well, we can't assume he was there to see Arkansas. He was just there to see the game. But we can assume his team lost.
Well, I don't know. Is he from Missouri? Arkansas did win.
Oh, man. Okay, so that doesn't sound like he's living a very meat-free life, does it?
Okay, so well, we'll get into that here in a second. I'll give you the first zinger there. So he also used to work for Tyson Foods. He worked for their poultry division since 92, was named president of global McDonald's business in 19. It's also stated that Doug was the champion of team member safety and sits on the company's executive safety council. Tyson spokesperson said that Ramsey left the company last year at his own accord, unrelated to this arrest.
Uh-huh.
So I got the impression that this was like 2 days ago. Why would Tyson think that he might have left because of this a year before he got arrested? It's very bizarre that Tyson is really trying to distance himself from this guy. Like, no, he quit well before this happened.
Yeah.
This was definitely not related.
Also, don't call him chicken. He fucking hates that.
All right, are we doing this? Are we having a zinger off?
Yeah, we're doing this. What do you got?
Let's see. Beyond Meat can't believe, or they have a new Frankfurter flavor called Frank.
Coke for Frank. Uh-huh.
What else? Yeah. Let's see. He cut off that guy's nose to really spite his face.
It's gonna really spite his face. Oh man!
What do you got?
Uh-huh.
What do you got?
Hey, I got nothing.
All right.
I shot my wad already.
Well, we got a couple in there. That's good enough.
Dropped it all over.
Oh, what was that? I saw the really good one on Twitter. It basically say that that's just more proof that there's no substitute for real meat.
Oh, yeah. See what happens when you don't get enough iron in your diet.
Oh God. He had to have been on something, right? That's. I'm assuming the Subaru does not have a canvas window, and punching through a back windshield of a car is not an easy feat.
That is true. That is very true.
It's also not something you typically do just in a fit of anger.
Do you think he got like all coked up?
That sounds more like PCP to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's just fun to speculate that all the different substances this man could have been on. He could have been doing speedballs.
It's probably all of the above.
All of the above. I think it honestly could have just been rage and powerlessness. Like something in his life isn't going well. He goes to the sports game. His team doesn't win. And then somebody dares to tap his car. And, it's like, oh, now I can do something.
So you think that something drove him, like something like maybe the company that you work for, share price going from $240 a share to $17?
Yeah. Might make you feel powerless.
It's actually sitting at all-time lows, meaning that everyone who sold it has now sold it at a profit. Every short seller,
BYND?
Yeah, it does not look good.
Oh, ooh. Maybe they're paying him in stock options.
Oh, God. Either that or burgers.
Burgers? Oh, good Lord.
I can't believe it's not Steve.
I can't believe it's not Steve.
Sorry.
Meatless nose bites? Meatless nose bites?
Beyond Meat is People.
The COO is eating people. Anyway, all right. I got one last story.
What's your last one?
There is a DeFi trading platform called GMX. Have you heard of it for crypto?
Yes. What does GMX stand for again?
Global Municipal X-rays.
Doesn't sound right.
GoMax. GoMoxie.
Okay.
Gunmetal Xylophone.
Not a lot of X's, is there?
Xerox, Xylophone, X-ray, Xavier, Xanadu. I don't know. There's a reason I never pick X for the alliteration on the weekend show.
Porn.
Anyway. Okay, so GMX is a decentralized exchange, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so their whole shtick is you can trade on us without slippage.
Mm-hmm.
They're using other exchange prices for their transactions. So if a buyer comes in and they want to buy $1 million of a token, the GMX's whole thing is to not move the price with that transaction.
Sounds like they're not actually even buying it. It sounds like it's all paper trades and they're just banking on everyone losing money.
It could very well be. However, one savvy user realized that they could use GMX and the no slippage to their advantage.
Wait, can I guess how they did it?
Yes.
You make a massive purchase, shoot the price up, grab their quote, and sell it on the other platform.
Ding, 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 ding.
Really?
So they make a big purchase on GMX. Then they make a big purchase off of GMX to drive up the price.
Yeah.
And then they sell it through GMX.
Nice.
Yeah, this trader made between $500,000 and $700,000 in profits doing this 5 times.
Now, is he in any trouble for that, or is that just that's a stupid business plan, and you deserve to be?
He's not in any trouble.
He shouldn't be for that. That's just smart.
That trader, yeah. Well, now, granted, the trader, it took about $4 to $5 million.
Yeah, so he's not an everyman.
Each go. So this isn't something you or I could do. But this was GMX working as designed, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The price of their token has fallen along with the broader crypto decline. No word on... I should say, GMX developers did say late Sunday they were reviewing the loophole and had, in the meantime, capped open interest, meaning the number of unsettled futures contracts, they capped it at $2 million on their exchange right now.
For everybody or just one person at a time? That could still be pretty expensive.
Actually, it just says the number of unsettled futures contracts, so probably everybody.
Yeah, okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
So you just got to wait until nobody's trading.
Exactly. He did it with this trader apparently did it with the AVAX, the Avalanche token.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to look up the specific one that he was using. So, Wild West.
Yeah.
Wild West. There's a reason slippage exists. It's because that's how a competitive auction works.
Right.
And it should work that way.
Yeah.
GMX, I think, is just trying to trying to do it dark pool style, which, again, when you think about what a dark pool is, that nobody's doing anything shady. It's like, hey, I own this thing and I want to sell it to you. We don't have to use an exchange to do it. I can just straight sell it person to person.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a gun show for stock markets.
Except nobody else gets to participate.
Well, if I'm buying a gun from you at a gun show, nobody else gets to participate. That's between us.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot my argument. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm defending dark pools, Kyle. I'm like, hey, back off.
I was trying to figure that out too. Okay, all right, fine.
Dark pools are great, motherfucker. It's just private enterprise.
Shouldn't have sold you my only gun.
Yeah, no.
Fine.
What are you
fine,
gonna
you
do?
win.
Anyway, that's all I had for the day.
Oh, well, I don't know how we follow up with that.
I guess I could tell that news story about rate, like, subscribe, share, tell everyone you know. 2 bulls in a china shop.
You could do that. You can also put that pen down that's clicking.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
I wonder how long that's been going.
I just picked it up.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I heard it about a minute ago.
Well, I may have put it down. I don't know.
Oh.
I've been drinking.
All right. Do we need to say goodbye or anything? Like this is feeling very rambly.
Do we say goodbye? How do we say goodbye? I was just trying to, and then you called me out for a pen.
I thought you hit stop already.
All right, folks. We'll be coming back at you soon. Until then, happy trades.
Bye.
Two Bulls in a China Shop is an entertainment program, and all thoughts and opinions expressed in the show belong to the hosts and not of any company. They are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any individual or on any specific security or investment product. It is only intended to provide entertainment about stocks in the financial industry of trading. If you make trades based on what you hear in this show, you assume all risks for those trades.
Now let's take a short break to talk about a perfect pairing of McDonald's favorites. You know that tender, juicy, crispy chicken sandwich you love so much? It's even better when paired with a frozen drink. I mean, think about it. It's hot, you're hungry, and you need the perfect pair to feel better. McDonald's crispy chicken sandwich with a frozen Fanta Blue Raspberry, frozen Coca-Cola, or frozen Fanta Wild Cherry is exactly what you need. Try them today, only at participating McDonald's.
This just in. Reportedly, pigs can fly. We're going live to... Can't take another crazy headline? Well, here's something you can appreciate. The MyGM Rewards card gives you best-in-class rewards with 4 points for every dollar spent everywhere and 7 total points earned per dollar spent with GM, bringing you one step closer to a new GM ride. That's the power of appreciation. From us to you. Subject to credit approval, terms and limitations apply. Visit mygmrewardscard.com.